Believe it or not, you can find healthy food at the Dollar Tree. And I am about to show you what I bought. My main goal was to find whole food, real food without added sugar or additives, kind of the best options that I could find at the Dollar Tree. I know that I wasn't at Whole Foods or Fresh Thyme or your healthy grocery store. I was at the Dollar Tree, and I kept that in mind when I picked out these items. Okay, so the first thing I did was hit up the freezer section, and I found some frozen veggies. They had broccoli, frozen broccoli cuts. They had a package like this. They also had peas and carrots mixed. They had green beans, asparagus, several different options of frozen veggies. They also had some frozen veggies that were seasoning and had seasoning packets, so I would just skip those and buy the basic frozen veggies and season them yourself at home. They also had a few different frozen fruit options, some frozen strawberries. They also had these little packets, which I think are to be used for a kind of quick smoothie. This was just a tropical blend. It's actually very similar to the tropical blend I buy at Walmart. And then they had these other little smoothie packet options. So whether these are cheaper or not, they're not. For where I live, Dollar Tree has raised their prices to $1.25. I did compare the price to Walmart. It turns out they're pretty similar. So Walmart's was like, I think 1 cent per ounce cheaper than option at the Dollar Tree for where I live. But again, if you live in a more expensive place than me and Dollar Tree is still $1.25, I'm assuming, then maybe it's a better deal for you. Along with the frozen vegetables, they had the frozen riced cauliflower. This actually does turn out to be a good deal, probably the best deal I saw there, because for about the same size package, it is more expensive at my regular grocery store than the Dollar Tree. So if you're actually looking for a good deal at the Dollar Tree, this is really the only thing I found that was cheaper, and I was surprised to see this at the Dollar Tree. And then after I finished up in the freezer section, it just kind of moves on into the fridge section. Again, a lot of things that I probably wouldn't buy. It was looking pretty bare. There was a lot of empty spots. You know, they had bologna, things like that. Pass over those. And they did have some shredded cheese. It was a teeny tiny bag. They had pepper jack cheese in kind of, I would say it was a block, but it wasn't big enough to be a block. It was very thin. So they had small options of cheese. Again, probably not a better deal, but it was something they had there that was, you know, kind of a whole food. I saw some little fruit cups in the refrigerator section, and I thought, oh, my kids would probably think these are fun. But when I picked them up, they were full of added sugar, so I would skip right over anything like that and just try to find canned fruit in water if they have it. They didn't have it at my store, but they might have it at yours. So after I found the cheese in the fridge section, I went to, I guess you could call them the pantry aisles. I really think of Dollar Tree as having more snack items, but to my surprise, they do have some foods that could be stocked in your pantry. A lot of canned vegetables. Again, I mean, you could probably pick those up at your grocery store for cheaper, but they had them there. They had canned tuna. They had tuna in the little packets. So when I buy tuna, I usually buy a little bit higher quality, something like Wild Planet. Of course, they don't have that at the Dollar Tree. And like I said, I did consider where I was. So when looking at the tuna at the Dollar Tree, I would just buy the tuna that is canned in water. The packs of tuna are handy because you can eat those kind of on the go a little bit easier. So if you're in the Dollar Tree and you need a snack right then, you could get a pack of tuna. And honestly, that's a pretty healthy snack for being on the go and not having anything prepared with you. It's like sardines, which you could get and would provide you with some good nutrition. One thing I did see that was actually a pretty good deal was they had these huge cans of organic tomatoes, and I was surprised to see that. So if you see those at your Dollar Tree, I would definitely pick some of those up and stock up. I don't think that that's an item that they typically have all of the time, so it seemed like it was maybe just something they had right then. I don't know, but anyway, that was a good deal. And then of course they ended up having some small packs of dried beans, which can make a really budget-friendly meal. Those are gonna be inexpensive anywhere you buy them. And then they have a lot of condiments like mustard, ketchup. I would skip over the ketchup because for me, I do prefer to get my ketchup with lower sugar or organic, but the mustard was, you know, it's just mustard. So if you wanted to buy your mustard there. Okay, so let's move on to the drinks. There were lots of different drinks. And in general, water is gonna be the cheapest thing that you could buy, the healthiest, so I would just skip over most of the drinks. I did want to see if they had a 100% juice available, and they did not. At my Dollar Tree, all of the juices were like a blend with sugar and other things. And you know, with a juice, you've got to be really, they can be very tricky and show like 100% vitamin C on the front. So it makes you think, oh, this is going to be 100% juice. But you really want to pay attention and read your labels, turn it over to the nutrition facts if you have to make sure that it is 100% juice, because 100% vitamin C is of course not 100% juice. They're just trying to show you that 100% really big. So I would skip over the juice. They did have like teeny tiny little bottles of sparkling cider that were juice. They were actually juice. So if you wanted to get those for something fun, like to put in your kid's stocking or Easter basket, those kinds of things, they were cute. But that was really the healthiest drink option I saw. They had little aloe drinks, but they also had additives and sugar in them. Of course, they have loads of snacks. So one of the healthy snack options that you can find pretty much everywhere is gonna be like a bag of nuts. A lot of their mixed nuts, I've talked about this in videos before, they're roasted in less than ideal oils, but we all make compromises. I didn't pick up any of those. They also had little bags of pistachios. So I bought both of these to show you kind of the difference. So these are still in their shell, and then these are shelled pistachios. So it's very interesting because the ingredients in this one, the shelled one, is actually much better. So they are just pistachios and sea salt, whereas the package of pistachios that are not shelled have pistachios, salt, pepper, sugar, onion powder, garlic powder. I mean, those are all fine. Like the sugar is really minimal, less than 1 gram of added, so I wouldn't worry about that. But then they've added dextrose, yeast extract, and natural flavor. So why not opt for the bag that doesn't have those? I also wound up with this bag of peanuts still in their shell. My 5-year-old saw these and thought they were really cool, and I was like, well, you know what, the ingredients are just peanuts and salt, so this doesn't have any of the oils added. Also had freeze-dried fruits, which my kids love freeze-dried fruit. They think that that's a fun kind of treat for them. And so I picked up some freeze-dried mangoes for them to try, because I don't think they've ever actually had freeze-dried mangoes before. They typically have strawberries or something else. They had all different kinds, and I would just be careful. Some of the packs were like a freeze-dried mixed fruit, and they had sugar added in, whereas this brand, they had these in strawberry, yeah, and mango, different flavors. I think they had apple, are simply just the fruit. So this would be a good choice. I don't know if you've ever tried the Harja Snap Pea crisp things before, but they did have those. In the dried fruit, they had banana chips, which looked cool. I think they had some extra sugar, and they were a little unclear on what kind of oil they said. It was like coconut or palm oil or something like that. They also had plantain chips, which is kind of cool. They did have palm oil. And then the last snack I saw that I personally really enjoy was Skinny Pop. It's a really small bag, and again, you can find this pretty much anywhere in like a bigger package, but it's a fun snack to buy. Okay, so if you needed to make a meal out of items from the Dollar Tree, here's what I would buy. I would buy for $1.25. My family there is 5 people in my family, so I would buy a couple cans of tuna, and I would make tuna cakes, and then I would buy a bag of white beans, and I would cook those up, and I would have some tuna cakes, some beans, and then I would get some veggies like some broccoli and steam that. Even add a smoothie to that, mix in some spinach to add in some more nutrients, and there you go. There is a dinner idea from the Dollar Tree. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope that this video all about healthy finds at the Dollar Tree helps you to be creative and think outside of the box and find some healthy food next time you run into the Dollar Tree to grab something else. If you need to grab something for dinner, you know what's there. And please subscribe to my channel for more videos on feeding your family well and healthy foods, healthy living for babies and toddlers.